Hey everyone, Blake back at my desk in the Gators Man Cave, and I want to talk about how Alabama can upset the Georgia Bulldogs. So in my last video, I said that Bryce Young can't hold on to the ball because this Georgia defense will get after you. And let me give you an example. I'm going to show you a little clip of the Alabama-Auburn game and show you why even Alabama fans know their offensive line is pretty terrible. Now on this play, number 74, the right tackle for Alabama, I think he just forgets his technique. He's trying to cheat over on number 99 of Auburn. That's Moultrie. And it doesn't kind of work out. So instead of going back and cutting the defensive end off, he tries to slide over, which the defensive end's wanting him to do that, why the defensive end's playing out so wide. And this offensive lineman is a sophomore, so of course he may get there and may figure it out and some of the things that he needs to do. Now, this was just last week. Well, Georgia kind of take advantage of that a little bit more because Georgia's defensive line is way better than Auburn. So this Alabama offensive lineman didn't even touch the defensive end. And this is why I say Bryce Young is going to have to get that ball out quick, is because, look, Alabama offensive lineman didn't even touch him, and he's already there. And Bryce Young, what happens? Incomplete pass. So that's why I say Bryce Young's going to have to get the ball out quick. There's going to be probably a lot of screens, a lot of running back screens, wide receiver screens, and he can't sit back there and scan a field. You just can't do that with this defense. Now, I will say this, how you can maybe take a little bit of advantage of Georgia's aggressiveness and how their defense plays. Because they play a lot of zone, a lot of man zone. Their corners tend to actually stay off the receivers a good 6 to 8 yards a lot of times. So I've seen that a lot, and I think Alabama's seen it, and Georgia knows they can do that. Now, the reason why they do that is because their defensive line is so good that a lot of times even the quarterback can't even get the ball off. One, I can't see them just running right at the Georgia defense without trying to get something through the air, because that pass rush is just phenomenal, and that whole defensive line is phenomenal for Georgia. And I just can't see them trying to run it right at the beginning of the game and really with success. How do you slow that pass rush? How do you slow down that defensive front? Is get them moving. So if you're running a lot of screens, that takes a wear and tear on a defensive line. Maybe you can actually start running the ball late in the game. So those are the kind of things I see that Alabama's going to have to do in order to really make this game competitive and maybe, just maybe, pull off the upset for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, another player that I want you to kind of focus in on this SEC championship game is Jahleel Billingsley. You haven't heard much from him this year. It seems like always an Alabama tight end always comes up big in a big game. So look out for that. He's an athletic tight end. So I'm interested to see if they'll get him involved in this game as well. Also, Slade Bolden. It's going to be the guys that are not the second tier targets, because you know Georgia is going to focus in on John Mechie and Jamison Williams because those two are their go-to receivers. So I'm interested to see if Billingsley and Slade Bolden are going to get a lot more targets in this game. And last but not least, I'm just going to tell Georgia fans, because I've seen it a lot on social media, stay humble. Don't be talking too much crap. It is Alabama. Listen, I don't count out these guys regardless if they're an underdog or not. Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, even though I'm not a fan of them, it seems like LeBron James is always doing something in order for his teams to come back and win, even when the chips are down. So those are the kind of guys you never count out, okay? Regardless of what the deficit is, it doesn't matter. But I don't count out those guys. And Georgia Bulldog fans, you shouldn't either too, okay? Nick Saban has been there. He has been in big games. He knows what it takes to win these big games. So you can be confident. Just don't get too cocky right now. I do want to say a mental factor, because I know it's going to be in Georgia players' heads. It's going to be in the Georgia fans' heads. Listen, Alabama lives rent-free in your heads. You can say it doesn't, but they do. All I've heard all year is whenever Georgia, after the Clemson game, was, we're coming for Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. And everybody, especially Georgia fans, have said it all year. They've been wanting this game. They've been wanting this game. So, they have been in your heads all year. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching my video. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate y'all. And come back to my channel after the game, and I'll give a post-game analysis after the SEC championship. Y'all have a great one.